What up, it's your boy Sly Cannon, AfroNerdTV, and I wanted to come to you today because the stress test for Mortal Kombat finished. And I wanted to give my thoughts as well as show some more gameplay footage that I did get with some more matches and everything, because I did have a blast. Now, getting into it right away, the stress test was to test out the netcode for the game for the most part, to make sure the infrastructure was good, so when people get the game and they are playing online, we don't get a whole bunch of stuttering and other stuff like the game disconnecting or desynchronizing. So that's mainly what this beta was for. It wasn't even necessarily a true beta, it's just a stress test to test out the netcode. With that being said, they only gave us 3 characters to work with, which was Scorpion, Scarlet, and Baraka. Now, I mainly stuck with Scorpion because I didn't really want to spend the time to learn 3 characters. I wanted to actually get down the mechanics of the game, so I stuck with 1 character for the whole beta, which was Scorpion for the most part. And I did post some other matches that you will see at the end of this video, and you can click the link and go to it as well. And the link below will show the video for that as well. But like I said, let's get into my thoughts on the stress test. The netcode is really good. There wasn't too many matches I had where I had desynchronization, fluctuation of ping or anything like that. In the couple matches I did have that especially with the ping going up and down, it balanced out. So little hitches there, which, like I said, the game isn't fully done yet, so they're still working on it. But a good 90% of my matches, the internet was really good. The connection was phenomenal. I had no beef with that at all for the most part, and the load times between accepting the match, going to pick your character, and going into match was really fast, like super fast. The only thing I can compare it to being faster is probably Pokemon Pokken, that tournament game, the fighting Pokemon game. If you haven't played it, just look it up. Those load speeds are probably the fastest, but Mortal Kombat isn't a slouch when it comes to that at all, which I'm happy to report that. That's really good, because the biggest thing is netcode. If your netcode isn't good for fighting games, people will not play it. It's the same reason why I don't play Dragon Ball FighterZ as much as I used to, is because it takes forever to find someone and the connections are kind of bad. And I was kind of hoping that they would have fixed that, or like at least got rollback netcode, because it's 2019. I feel like every fighting game should have rollback netcode for the most part. And it's no excuse, because MKX had bad netcode to begin with, and NetherRealm literally put rollback netcode into MKX, which is not easy, but it was done. So fighting games that don't have rollback netcode this day and age, or just good netcode in general, kind of irks me like really, really bad. And I hope they get better with that over time, but I can happily report that Mortal Kombat doesn't have that issue, and it is great, and I'm very happy for that. Now, the mechanics of the game. So you have 2 bars. You have a defensive bar and you have an attack bar. They have 2 notches on each of them. Now, your defensive bar is used for wake up attacks. That is the new wake up attack. Now you can do, I believe it's up 3. No, I'm sorry, up 2 if you want to get a combo starter where you do like a mini uppercut and it has armor to it. And then I think it's up 2 if you want to get like a poke to get them off of you. That one's a little safer. The combo one can be whiffed and you can get punished for it. And then the other defensive, those each cost 1 bar, 1 notch of your bar. Whereas if you're in a juggle state in a combo, you have a rollout mechanic that costs 2 bars. You can do it mid-air when you're in juggle, or you can do a roll out of the corner, which both cost 2 bars. Now, the only thing that's kind of weird about that, I feel like the rollout mechanic is a little broken, especially when you're getting juggled, because I was using Scorpion and a lot of his moves are very unsafe. So when I'm doing combos, and at the end of my combo, it's good to shoot your spear because of how Scorpion's spear works now. But if you throw it out and someone does a rollout, it's basically a free combo, a free punish for whoever defensively rolls out, which is kind of busted. So I'm hoping they put in a mechanic that actually, like a counter breaker or something like that. That'll, you know, if you guess that your opponent's gonna do a rollout, you can cancel it. Kind of like how Killer Instinct has a counter breaker. That would be kind of dope. I would appreciate that. Then for the attack bars, it's basically how you do your amplified move, your EX moves basically. They changed it to one button, which is great. So the only thing that I have an issue with that is that the button is attached to, I'm playing on PlayStation, so for the most part it would be R1, and I think right bumper on Xbox. That is attached to the interactive button as well. A lot of times I had issues where I was trying to EX a move or amplify a move, and I was picking up an interactable, and it kind of threw me off and messed me up. So kind of hope they move the button from that. I don't know where they would actually move it though, because R2 is blocked, so I guess that is kind of hard. So getting used to that was kind of weird. The mechanics itself, those were the two biggest things I was getting used to, especially the defensive bar. It took me a while to get used to doing that, because your defensive moves don't always come out. It's like strict timing on there, so you have to learn the timing. Once you learn the timing, you can start doing that for the most part. Presentation of the game, NetherRealm continues to get better every single game. Like, I have no complaints there. It's ridiculous how much better they are getting with the graphics, presentation, the cinematography, and I am 100% sure the story mode is going to look phenomenal for the most part. Characters' faces look tremendously better from MKX to now, and looking back at MK9, it's ridiculous how far they've actually come for the most part. Fatalities look amazing. The camera work on them are pretty dope. I can't complain, or like can't deny how good the camera work is on a lot of the fatalities for the most part. And then the customization is a dope new look. They took what was good about Injustice 2 customizable wise and put it into MK11, and it looks dope, because the stuff you can do with Scorpion, Baraka, and Scarlet was pretty dope. You can make Baraka damn near look like Shredder from Ninja Turtles, so that was pretty dope. And then Scorpion has like the look from the Mortal Kombat Online series, which is pretty dope, because I actually love that design. Plus I love the actor that played him, so to make him look like that is pretty dope. I appreciate it. I really like that. Matches were dope. The only thing is the meta has changed. The rush down heavy Mortal Kombat is gone. They want you to walk in this game. Walking speed is pretty fast, and they want you to play the footsie based style of gameplay, similar to Street Fighter 5 mostly, which was a little weird getting used to coming off of MKX, because I played a lot of Mortal Kombat X, and getting used to the footsie game is a little bit different. So you have to be very patient in this game. This game doesn't reward you for being very aggressive like. So walking backwards is your best friend. That is like one of the best techniques in that game, is walking backwards and managing your meter. Even though meter does build back pretty fast, you definitely want to manage that for the most part. It's all about whiff punishment for the most part. I kind of want the dash speed to be a little bit more, because walking is faster than dashing a little bit, and dashing will get you punished pretty hard. I tend not to try to dash, and I try not to jump in as much, although old habits die hard, so I do jump in a lot, because of the screen is so big and you have to walk in on opponents for the most part. They took away X-rays, now it's fatal blows, so it's just a super move that does like at least 30% damage on hit, and I don't think it's scaled that hard at all. Yeah, I don't think it's like, if you do a combo, it's not really scaled that much at all, so you're gonna do an insane amount of damage. Instead, the X-ray kind of scene is like more so with certain interactables. If you throw someone against a car and kick them, it cracks their skull, or if you do certain moves that are called crushing blows, that where if you actually do a specific move that has a preset that you have to do, perimeter you have to fulfill. Like if Scorpion shoots a spear across full screen and he X's it, he'll elbow you in the face, and then they do is like an X-ray, which is a crushing blow. Or if he does like this certain kick that'll kick you and break your ribs, and you can do a combo. These are your damaging moments. I found myself getting 2 at a time. The biggest thing is like getting stacked. You can stack them on. I tried to stack 3. I almost got it. The most I was able to stack was 2, and it did an insane amount of damage, and it looks pretty cool for the most part. But overall, I would say that I am very happy with Mortal Kombat 11, where it's going. They changed it, and after playing it, I got used to most of it, and I feel pretty good about it. Just a couple minor tweaks there, here and there they might want to do, but the dash speed, tweaking the breakers for the most part. But other than that, I don't really have any quarrels with that at all. If you did get into the beta, let me know what you thought about the beta overall in the comments. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, and what you think they should change in the future for players to keep, especially casual players, because you want to keep casual players immersed in your game and keep playing it, because you don't want just a tournament scene. Tournament scene is good, but casual players, you definitely want to keep that. And Mortal Kombat has always had a very, very good casual base, so you definitely want to keep that going. If you like this video, definitely hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Any feedback I greatly appreciate. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, and follow the other various social media sites that you can see below. But I'm going to leave you with a couple matches that I did play for the last of the beta, and I hope you enjoy it.
Scorpion. Special Forces Desert Command.
Wish to know your future?
Do I avenge my family and clan?
Quan Chi pays with his life.
Round 1, fight. Round 2, fight!
To the nether realm with you.
Scorpion wins. Scorpion. 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 Special Forces Desert Command.
Has my soul been split? It is Quan Chi's darkest magic. Combat will make us whole.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight! Finish him! Scorpion wins. Round 1. Fight.
You.
Round 2. Fight!
honor the clan.
Final round. Fight! Finish him! Fatality. Scorpion wins.
I have moved beyond vengeance. Then you forsake the Shirai Ryu. Join me, and we'll restore them.
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Final round. Fight.
To the nether realm with you.
Scorpion wins.